Welcome to Who's Next? A program from on the last episode. Here, the podcast focuses on specific characters, but you still have the transcripts and exercises to boost your English. This is episode number 1. The New King in the North with our host, Jennifer.
Hello, good morning everyone. I hope everyone is doing really well. And today on the first episode of this new program, the Who's Next, where we will talk about some specific characters from movies and series, we will start talking about one of my favorite characters in Game of Thrones, Jon Snow. He's the one who got from being just a bastard son into now being the new king in the north. He's a very interesting character because he went through so much and he grew so much in those 6 seasons that we already have from Game of Thrones, so I decided to start with him. Big spoiler alert here. If you still have not watched Game of Thrones Season 1 till the end of Season 6 and you don't like spoilers, please just wait for another episode, okay? Because here we will talk about things that happened throughout all the seasons and that influenced Jon Snow and made him who he is right now. Who is Jon Snow? I mean, what do we know about him? In the end, Season 1, all we know about Jon Snow is that he is the bastard son of Eddard Stark, and we have no idea who his mom is. A lot of people had a lot of ideas and discussions and theories about who his mom might be, and a lot of people also thought maybe Eddard Stark was not even his father. And those people were right, because in Season 6 we finally find out that Jon Snow is a Stark. Yes, he is, but he is Not Eddard Stark's son. Actually, he is the son of Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen. He is the son of the Mad King, and he was supposed to become king after his father, okay? So we now know that actually he is Jon's father, but Jon still doesn't know about it. I'm really looking forward to see how this will happen. How will he find out who his real parents are? But let me just go back here. We know Jon Snow thinks he's the son of Eddard Stark, but he's not. His whole life, he was well treated in the Stark house, but he never quite fit in. I mean, he has a good education, but for example, when they have big events, he's not allowed to sit on the table with everyone else, and this cannot be very easy. So in the beginning, he's very shy, and he doesn't have a very good self-esteem, maybe even as the story develops. He becomes another person entirely. This is really interesting, and this all starts when he decides to go join the Night's Watch. When his father, well, the one we think is his father back then, decides to go to King's Landing, Jon Snow says, okay, if you're going to King's Landing, I am joining the Night's Watch. And that's what he does. For the first time in his life, he is not judged anymore for who he is. People don't see him as just another bastard. They see him as someone special. And actually it's then the other way around. He's the one who starts judging the other people in the Night's Watch. Well, his new brothers. When he goes there, he finally starts becoming a leader. And what we can see then later is that he is an actual natural leader. He doesn't look for power. It's like power is always coming to him. He goes to the Night's Watch, and there he makes some new friends. And his uncle is also there in the beginning, right? I mean, Benjen, he's also there, but soon after, he goes beyond the wall and he never comes back. So he has to find new friends and he has to start a new life. And Tyrion, interesting enough, he went also to the wall with this group that took Jon Snow. And he is the one who helps Jon really fit in and understand that he's not better than his new brothers. As the story continues, Jon, he becomes the steward for the Lord Commander. And he gets really upset about it because he really wanted to be a ranger like his uncle. But Sam, one of the friends he makes while he is in the Night's Watch, he helps Jon understand that the Lord Commander is doing that because he's training him to become a commander in the future, to be a leader. This is the beginning of the makings of Jon Snow, if you want. The Jon Snow we know now, we see now in the series. And soon after that, they all travel north of the wall because they have to go looking for those rangers who went and never came back. That is when he meets Ygritte. Ygritte, she is what they call a wildling or someone from the free folk, okay? And as you may remember, the people from the Night's Watch or the crows, they are not allowed to have a family, they're not allowed to have a wife. But he and Ygritte, they at some point start a relationship. First, she was his prisoner, then he became her prisoner, and she took him to Mance. Mance is what they call the king beyond the wall. He used to be a crow, but then he decided he wanted another kind of life. So he went to the other side of the wall to live with the wildlings, and he became their king. They take Jon to Mance. Jon Snow then pretends to be against the Night's Watch, to be fed up, to be really angry with the Night's Watch. And so they send Jon Snow with a group of wildlings on the way south, okay, because he knows how many people are and where the weakest spots are, and of course Ygritte is in this group as well, so that he can help them find the best places to attack. And so they go south, and Jon Snow and Ygritte, they really start this relationship, and they really manage to climb that huge wall. But then, when they are on the other side, they want to steal some horses, if I'm not mistaken, but Jon refuses to kill the old man. They are asking him to do that to prove that he is still loyal to their cause, and because he refuses, Tormund, he is a sort of a commander for the wildlings. Mance really trusts him. Tormund orders his men to kill Jon, but he manages to escape, okay, although he's hurt, and Ygritte shoots some arrows at him, and then he goes back to the Night's Watch. And as he gets there, of course, people are a bit like, oh, okay, so you were living with wildlings for so long, how can we still trust you? They end up judging him. He's not really considered innocent, but they believe his story. After that is when he starts having a more important role. Until now, the feeling I have is he was maybe building his self-esteem. Okay, he was growing, and from this moment on is really when he starts becoming more important for the Night's Watch, but also in general because people will really follow and believe what he says. While he was with the wildlings, if you remember, there were some people from the Night's Watch who became mutineers. They killed the Lord Commander, and they just decided to stay on the other side of the wall. But Jon knows that if the wildlings who are coming with Mance, they find those people, they will torture them, so they will tell the truth about all the weak spots from Castle Black and all the weak spots from the wall as well. Because Jon did not, he lied. They go and they do that. And as they see that the wildlings really are approaching, so they are near, Jon suggests that they should seal the tunnel. That means like really close the tunnel, okay? Because Mance has giants, and I mean, giants are huge, right? But people don't believe him. They say no, they will never cross, they will never pass, and giants don't exist. So he says, okay, well, I tried. We have then the Battle of Castle Black. And as you may remember, during this battle, basically all leaders of the Night's Watch, they die. Okay, so they die one after the other. And then there's the moment where Jon Snow starts to shine, because there's no one else left. He starts telling people what to do and when to do it. So at the end of the first day of attack, they are still standing, but Jon knows that in 1 or 2 days it will be over for them. They cannot hold the wildlings forever. So he decides he needs to go and infiltrate the camp and kill Mance. Sam of course says he's crazy. How can he just go there and kill the guy? But he says he doesn't see another option. He goes next morning, he uses the excuse that he knows that they are going to lose, so he wants to make some sort of an agreement with Mance. But before Jon even has a chance to think about doing anything, Stannis Baratheon arrives with his army and they save the day. And so basically they win the war for Jon Snow. And as then all the leaders of the Night's Watch are gone, they need to choose a new commander. And surprise, surprise, they choose Jon Snow. He did not put his name, but Sam did. And of course, not everyone is happy with that. Because yeah, there's some guys who have been in the Night's Watch longer than him, and who just think he's a bit arrogant, so they're not happy about that. Also, all the choices that Jon makes right after becoming the new commander, they don't make him popular at all. He saw the White Walkers, right? And he knows that each person who dies beyond the wall will become a White Walker. And he knows that if he can save as many wildlings as possible, this will actually help them, because if they cross the wall, they can help them actually defend the Seven Kingdoms from the White Walkers. Jon Snow sees that the wildlings are not really the enemy here, but the White Walkers are. But not everyone sees that. Not everyone understands, because wildlings and the Night's Watch, they have been some sort of a war for a very, very long time. Okay, so they don't really have like a good relationship, if you want. And here we come to a moment where Jon Snow is talking to Maester Aemon. Maester Aegon, he then says something that is very, very interesting to Jon Snow, because he really is torn between, yes, going and saving as many wildlings as he can, but he knows everyone is against it, basically. So Maester Aemon tells him, kill the boy and let the man be born. As we know, yeah, Jon Snow goes and he tries to bring to Castle Black as many wildlings as possible, but as they were doing that, the White Walkers attack and they kill basically everyone who was not already on the ship. And we then see that Jon manages to kill one of the walkers with Longclaw. Longclaw is his Valyrian sword that the old commander gave him. Right after that, we see the Night's King. I mean, that's like the big king from the White Walkers. And he and Jon, they just exchange this really long look. And then you ask yourself, so what does it mean? Does it mean that there's something else going to happen in the future? Because we all know, right, with Game of Thrones, everything has a meaning. But then, after all of that, he brings all those wildlings to the castle. And then his brothers actually kill Jon Snow. Basically, this is how season 5 ended, right? And everyone was going crazy. Oh my god, is he coming back? Is he not coming back? What's going to happen? Surprise, surprise, he really came back on season 6. Melisandre, she managed to revive him. And for me, this is really the moment where the boy died and the man was born. Just like the phrase from Maester Aemon. We will see what happens now. I mean, in season 6, we can already see that he said, okay, so I died and I came back, so my watch is over. And as he was preparing to leave the Night's Watch, Sansa arrives. So they are reunited now. And they go and they fight the Battle of the Bastards to try and save Sansa's brother. They win the battle, but the boy still dies. But as a result of all of that, Jon Snow is now the new king in the north. As they need people to fight for his brother's life and to also get Winterfell back, they go around all the people who should be allies, right? And that's where his role as the Lord of Winterfell starts to grow, and then by the end they sort of crown him the king in the north. As this all happens, it's really interesting to see all the people who are around Jon Snow right now. I mean, we have Davos, we have Melisandre, we have Sansa, Brienne, and Tormund. So he has a very interesting group of people around him now. People he trusts and who are his advisors. Basically, that's where season 6 stopped. So just a few thoughts still, okay? What is really interesting to see on Jon Snow, or about Jon Snow, is that he really went from that really shy boy who had never even been with or kissed a girl to now being like this guy everyone likes and follows, and who, again, didn't ask for it, just became the new king. People didn't even consider Sansa. Now there are a few questions about what is going to happen in the future, right? I mean, how will he find out who his real parents are? How will he react to this information? Do you think that when he knows his father was actually a prince and that his mom was Lyanna, do you think that will change him? Do you think he will become more confident and that will change the way he acts maybe as a king? How will it be when he finally meets Daenerys? Will they fight? Will they be allies? And do you think she will just let him be the king in the north? Because I have an impression she really just wants to rule everything. Also, for season 7 now, everyone is talking about the big reunion of all the Stark children. So I'm quite excited to see what will happen. Because apparently now, well, Arya is going home, Bran is going home, Sansa is already there. How will it be? Will they all be happy together? Do you think maybe Sansa will try to get the power from Jon? Because, I mean, yeah, there's this whole plot between Sansa and Littlefinger that could maybe happen. I don't know. I'm really excited. And I cannot wait for... When is it? I know it's the second semester of next year only. But yeah, I really cannot wait for Game of Thrones to come back. So, do you think I forgot something? Please, if you like it, share. Okay, share, like, tell other people. And please, yes, just leave comments, okay? So I have an idea if you liked it, if you did not like it, if I missed something, okay? Or if you maybe even have a whole different opinion about what happened to Jon Snow, okay? Talk to you next time, and bye-bye!